Welcome back, everybody, to the Cleveland Cavaliers MyNBA series here on the PlayStation 5. Today, we're going to be covering some big ground, not only going through the trade deadline, but also going through the All-Star break as we continue here through the middle of Season 4. Last episode, we made a very big move, easily the biggest of the series, trading Colin Sexton, Okapi Adioye, and a first-round draft pick to the Los Angeles Clippers for Kawhi Leonard. Yes, we totally shocked the world and made a gigantic trade, getting a legitimate second star. It did hurt trading away both Sexton and Adioye, specifically Sexton, since he's been on the team since the start, but it's worth it to get a superstar. The Clippers are a bad team. They are selling. Kawhi's on the last year of his deal. Now they have two young pieces they can build their franchise around. For us, we're trying to win an NBA championship, and our roster going into last episode, I don't think it had what it took to win a championship, but now that we've added a legitimate second superstar in Kawhi Leonard, I think that pushes us to possibly being the title favorites. Kawhi's debut did not go as planned because Trae Young dropped 44, Derek White hit a game winner, we ended up losing, but Kawhi did drop 25, he was very impressive, and I don't think we were terrible in that game by any stretch. I think we were still getting used to ourselves, we still have to find chemistry. We're going to simulate forward now, go to the All-Star draft and then the trade deadline. I was offered some trades throughout my simming, including Kevin Love for Mamadou Anichania. I described Mamadou last episode as a future star and a player I had zero intentions of trading anytime soon. So yes, let's get Kevin Love for him. Even better, how about Richaun Holmes? I understand Mamadou's only an 80, but come on, I think he's going to be an all-star level player sooner rather than later. So, in our first 4 games after the Atlanta one, we ended up going 4-0. Kawhi was pretty solid in those 4 games, and it seems like the team is starting to figure it out with our new star. So, hopefully we can keep up the strong play as the season goes along. Let's go to the All-Star draft here. We do have 2 All-Stars this year, one of which being Kawhi Leonard, who has only played 5 games for us, but he does still count. The other one is obviously Odavius Shepherd. So we're going to simulate the All-Star draft. Ja Morant and Giannis Antetokounmpo are the All-Star captains. Kawhi is a starter on Team Ja, and Odavius Shepherd will be coming off the bench for Team Giannis. Cassius Calvin, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, John Collins, Anthony Edwards, and Killian Hayes are all first-time All-Stars for what it's worth, so that's pretty cool. Shepherd making his second All-Star game in his second NBA season. Kawhi Leonard with his 6th. I feel like that feels low. Considering Damian Lillard's made 9 All-Stars and Lillard's been in the league less, I don't know. That surprised me that Kawhi's only been in it now 6 times. So I simulated the next 2 games to the deadline. We went 1-1, so that will put us at 39-14. We are now 4 games ahead of the Chicago Bulls for first place in the Eastern Conference. I did want to make a move here at the trade deadline. Obviously, getting Kawhi is a big deal, and I did not have any plans of getting another superstar, but I did kind of want to add another piece, and I do want to, again, pay attention to some of these teams at the bottom who could have players who they may be willing to deal if they're selling or rebuilding. So I went through the Team Intel tab to try to figure out who were some players we could go after. I'm looking for possible role player type of guys. I want players who could be key guys off the bench or maybe that 5th starter who we are looking for. There are some interesting players on the trade block. A name who really stuck out to me was shooting guard Demarius Dutches on the Rockets. We don't need a guy like Demarius Dutches, but he was just a top 10 pick last year, and I thought he was going to go in the top 5. He slipped a little bit. I guess the NBA was not as high on him as I was. I tried to figure out possible trades for about 40 minutes. I just couldn't get anything I liked. I wanted to find a versatile forward, specifically a guy like Pascal Siakam, with Miles Turner being the centerpiece of the deal going the other side. Siakam was my top target, but there was just no way to make the salaries work because he's super expensive. Another reason why I could not get a deal with anybody is because I was stingy. There are a lot of good young players on this team who we could have traded. Jason Higgins-Wycraft, Yusuf Diath-Afefobo, guys who I don't think will be future stars and could make sense in a trade, but I was not willing to move those guys because I think they are both really key players off of our bench. Mamadou Ujiri is another example, but I've made it perfectly clear that I think he's going to be a star, so I was not going to trade him regardless. I want to play this game against Chicago since they are currently the 2 seed in the Eastern Conference. We will lose our next game to the Phoenix Suns. It seems like our defense has not been great the past 2 games, allowing 138 to Miami and 136 to Phoenix. So maybe we can rebound here at the United Center against the Chicago Bulls, the current top 2 seeds in the Eastern Conference. Yes, we live in a world where the top 2 seeds are the Cavaliers and the Bulls. Starting lineup for the Cavs will be Shepherd, Mamadou, Kawhi, Garrett, and Miles Turner. For the Bulls, they are, of course, led by Jimmy Butler. His numbers have gone down since he returned to Chicago, but he's definitely their best player. He's the main reasons why they are the 2 seed. The rest of their starting lineup features Kobe White, Gary Harris, Denny Avdia, and at center, it's the former Cleveland Cavalier, Andre Drummond. This is not your typical 2 seed, but the Bulls have a lot of talented players, and Jimmy Butler makes pretty much every team he's on good. But let's get this game started, and let's see if the Cavs can get a statement win on the road against their main competition for the top seed in the Eastern Conference. As here's Kawhi Leonard going to start things off with a quick 3-ball. Leonard now trying to drive inside. He's blocked at the rim by Denny Avdia. Bulls on the fast break. Here comes Jimmy Butler inside. He will miss. Gets his own rebound and puts it back to put the Bulls on top. They would not keep the lead for long as it is now 7-4. Here's Kobe White with a nice move for 3. Kobe White's developed into a nice player. He's been the team's main scorer with Zach LaVine no longer on the roster as Denny Avdia grabs the miss from Drummond and puts it back. Now tied at 9. Kobe White gets the pass, going to try to drive inside, passes it out to the corner for 3. It's Gary Harris, the veteran, who drills it. The Bulls are now up by 3 as Shepherd trying to drive inside. He gets it to Mamadou Ujiri, who gets it over to Miles Turner for 3. Turner was nearly traded at the deadline. The Cavs have decided to keep him. We'll see if that move proves to pay off. Tough 3 from Cam Reddish to put Cleveland up 19-16. The Cavs did not trade Cam Reddish or Kevin Porter Jr., both of whom are unrestricted free agents this offseason, as Kobe White immediately makes the 3 to tie things up at 19. Nice start for White. 21-20 now. Look at killer Cam Reddish. Inside for the poster. What a dunk by Reddish as he posters the defender. 22-21 now. Garrett gets a good look from deep. It's good. You know who that was covering him? That was our Travius Exum, the player drafted directly before Cedric Garrett. Although Exum's fine, I think the Bulls would prefer Cedric Garrett because he's very good. Garrett gets it to Reddish from beyond the arc. Cleveland's bench doing a great job on both sides of the floor. And then to end the first quarter, it's Kevin Porter Jr. at the buzzer. 31-21. A great showing by the bench, specifically Cam Reddish, who already has 10 quick points. Bulls would start the second quarter off strong. They get the first 4 points. However, KPJ gets the steal. Porter back over to Reddish. Reddish gets it to Big Fafa. Over to Kevin Porter Jr. for 3. KPJ with a quick 6. Porter now, his pass is tipped and intercepted by Chicago. It's Harris on the other end of a corner for Kobe White, who makes the 3. Bulls again bring the lead back down to 4. Harris tipped away. Another steal by Kevin Porter Jr. Great cross-court pass for the rookie guard out of Virginia, Jason Higgins-Wycraft for the layup. Higgins-Wycraft certainly could have been used as a deadline piece, but the Cavs clearly view highly enough of him to keep him. Yusuf Diafatha-Thobo with a tough layup. Nice assist by Shepherd. 42-36, a powerful dunk inside by Odavius Shepherd to put Cleveland back up by 6. Kobe White with it. He's going to pull up. Odavius Shepherd caught sagging off there for a second. White makes the 3. It's now 44-39 as here comes Devontae Graham. Shepherd again sagging off as the former Jayhawk rock chalk. Devontae Graham gets the triple. Graham now driving inside. His pass is tipped. Gary Clark will recover it, and Clark will make the 3. 46-45. Look at that look for Kevin Porter Jr. He has 10 in the second quarter, 13 on the day, as it is now 49-47. Easy drive, easy finish for Odavius Shepherd. 51-47. Porter gonna hold on to it. Step back at the buzzer. Not that time. It goes off the back iron. Still a productive first half for Cleveland. They lead 51-47. KPJ with 13. Reddish with 10. It looks like both players are pretty happy that they were not traded, but we'll see if they are both re-signed when it comes to the offseason. Kobe White with 20 points, by the way, in the first half. He was very impressive. As we start the third quarter, Kawhi Leonard, no good. Grabs for rebound, but put back in the and one. Jimmy Buckets called for the foul. Kawhi only had 5 points in the first half. We'll see if he makes more of an impact here in the second. As Kobe White get mean with the scream from Avdia. He drills the three, and it seems like Kobe White's hot start will continue here in the second half. Another and one for Cleveland. This time it's Mamadou Nechunia. Kobe White called for the foul. 59-54. Jimmy Butler, no good. Grabs for rebound over Kawhi. Over to Denny Avdia. Avdia with the screen, and he will miss again, but what a putback slam by Andre Drummond. 62-58 now. Kobe White driving past Higgins. Wycraft gets that one over the very long arm of Yusuf Diafafa-Fobo. 64-62 now. Bulls going to try to tie here as Drummond posting and toasting on Kawhi. We know Kawhi's a great defender, but he got muscled down on that play. Now tied at 64. White inside for the lead. It's good. Chicago up for the first time in kind of a while. 68 apiece now. Look at this move by our Travius Exum, showing off the jelly inside for the layup, and then he gets dunked on the next possession by Kevin Porter Jr. We got to look at this beauty again. A couple posters today by the Cavs, and it is now again tied, now 72 apiece. Devontae Graham on the drive. He gets it to Gary Clark, who will drill the tray ball. Bulls back up by 3. Porter, pump fake, trying to drive past Murphy. It's denied. What a block by Clark. Bulls on the other end, going for the fast break. It's Joe Harris in the corner. He makes the three. This game was just tied up within a matter of seconds. The Bulls push it to a 6-point lead, and with a matter of a few more seconds, the Cavs push it right back down to 1 as Cedric Garrett makes the three towards the end of the quarter. Devontae Graham loses it. It's stolen by the Cavs. Higgins Wycraft to Reddish. Reddish with a nice pass for Diafafa-Fobo, and Cleveland is now up by 1 as the third quarter will expire. Devontae Graham, his shot at the buzzer is no good. 79-78 through 3. We've got ourselves a tight one. The Cavs with 7 unanswered to take the lead. Will they hold on to the lead in the fourth as it's 83-82? Jimmy Butler, no good. Andre Drummond back to Butler. Third time's the charm. Bulls up by 3. Shepherd over to Kawhi Leonard. Tough shot, no good. Another offensive rebound for Kawhi. He misses again. Grabs another board. Misses again. Miles Turner's there for the rebound. Fourth time's the charm that time as Turner doing the dirty work, cleaning the glass after Kawhi missed his first 3 looks. 85-88. Shepherd ties it. He makes the 3. Now the Bulls are back up by 2 as Kobe White loses it. It is recovered by Chicago, and they will take the lead thanks to a short shot by Jimmy Butler. 91-92 with just around 3.5 to go. Nice dunk by Kobe White. Chicago's now up by 3 as Kawhi Leonard. Look at this move. Kawhi will get the layup off the spin move. 93-94 now following possession. It's Kobe White denied at the rim. Nice block by Shepherd. Cleveland on the fast break. It's Odavius Shepherd taking it to the rack himself for the lead, and it is now a 1-point lead. The Cavs forced to stop. Here they are on the next possession. It's Shepherd again for 3. Odavius Shepherd is always at his best in the fourth quarter. Today appears to be no different. 100-96. Kobe White with a big lob for Drummond. Bulls cut the lead in half. It's now a 2-point game as Mamadou gets it to Kawhi. More like Kawhi not. Let it fly. Kawhi Leonard makes the 3. Cleveland up by 5. Bulls need to get a few buckets going. Kobe White misses the 3, but Drummond is there for the rebound, the putback in the and one. Mamadou called for the foul, and believe it or not, Andre Drummond made his free throw. 103-101. Shepherd, tough shot is good. Odavius Shepherd with 10 points in the last, 2 minutes or something. 105-101 now. Kobe White trying to get a bucket. White keeps it. Fools turn around. The pump fake over to Drummond, who slams it down on Miles Turner. 105-103 now. Kawhi again wide open for three. And the claw is clutch here in the fourth quarter. Kawhi's had a few big shots here in the second half. Kawhi now blocks Kobe White at the rim. Cleveland on the fast break. Shepherd to Mamadou. That could be the dagger. Mamadou and Etchionia makes the three. It's now an 8-point game with not a lot of time left. The Cavs could dribble off the clock, but Kawhi's going to go for a fancy slam. Okay, Kawhi. 105-108 now. Odavius Shepherd will dribble off the clock. No more funny business. Cleveland with a big road win against the 2 seed in the East. 115-108 is your final. A hard-fought battle and a well-deserved win for the Cavs on Easter. I did not mention that. It took me the entire game to realize. But yeah, this was technically on Easter. Kobe White dropped 45. It was off of 36 shots, however, but he was still quite impressive. Butler and Drummond both in the double figures as well. Kawhi Leonard was our leading scorer. He had 23 points, 18 of which came in the second half. Odavius Shepherd had 28 and 7, nearly a triple-double, 10 of which came in the final 4 minutes of the game. Cam Reddish also dropped 20. Cedric Garrett played pretty well. Kevin Porter Jr. played pretty well. So overall, a good win. We're going to simulate to the All-Star break. We would lose our next game against Milwaukee. So this is a good time for the All-Star break because we've lost 3 of 4. Looking at the Rising Stars game, Odavius Shepherd is on Team USA, and Team World is headlined by Mamadou and Etchionia. Team World also has one of our former guys in Farak Nwora. So the team on the right, I believe, is Team USA. The team on the left is the World team. I wish it was a little bit more specific, as Team USA does get the win. 129-108, Bankston Cannon with 26, Shepherd 22, Jalen Carroll with 19, and Voshan Williams-Garber with a double-double. Looking at Team World, Zario Papadopoulos, who is an all-star starter, had 35 and 16, Jeremiah Okoye with 18, Moglak Momodie with 17. Farak Nwora, only 8 points, but he did it on 3 shots. Mamadou scored 6 points on 11 shots, so Mamadou did not do the best. Here is the All-Star Saturday night lineup. We do not have anybody in the dunk contest or three-point contest, but look at this. Farak Nwora will be in the three-point contest, which is pretty cool. He is shooting like 49% from deep this year for Oklahoma City, which is pretty wild. Unfortunately, he does not win the three-point contest. That goes to Jaren Jackson, another player I actually tried to trade for. Just didn't happen. Dax Nash and the Nets won the dunk contest. So here's a reminder of the All-Star teams. I know the All-Star draft was today, but you probably don't remember any of the teams, and I don't blame you because I don't either. Kawhi Leonard is on Team Ja. He is a starter. Odavius Shepherd is coming off the bench for Team Giannis. The Western Conference is Ja's team, and the Eastern Conference is Giannis's team. And it seems like Team Giannis is steamrolling here. They win pretty easily, 138-107. Damian Lillard with 25. Zario Papadopoulos with 20 and 13. Odavius Shepherd only played 11 minutes, but he finished third in scoring with 14. That's pretty cool. So he played quite well. For Team Ja, their leading scorer was Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who had 15. Kawhi was pretty unimpressive. He had 10 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. On 5 of 12 shooting, 0 for 3 from beyond the arc. He also had 4 turnovers. So that will conclude today's episode. We're going to start to go through, I guess, technically the unofficial second half of the season. Probably only going to have 2 or 3 more episodes of the regular season before we get back into the playoffs, which is going to be pretty exciting. I hope you guys are ready. I am out. Have a good one. Peace.